What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's edition of NKU Sports Break. I'm your host, Trey Bowden. Joining me on the show today is NKU's head athletic trainer, Molly Woods. Thanks for coming on the show, Molly.
Thanks for having me.
So, Molly, you've been at NKU for quite some time now, but for our viewers who may not know who you are, could you explain to them what your job is and what you do at NKU?
So this is starting my 20th year at NKU. I am the head athletic trainer, but I have 6 staff members that work with me in my sports medicine department. So we take care of the health and wellness of all the student athletes, keeping them healthy and keeping them on the field.
And you talk about keeping them on the field. I know during this pandemic, that can be hard to do, but what are you guys doing from an athletic training standpoint? What changes have been made to ensure our athletes' safety?
So at the beginning of the school year, we tested everyone who came back on campus to COVID tested them to make sure that we didn't miss anybody or have any asymptomatic positives. So that was the first step. We've had all summer, we've had a subcommittee, COVID subcommittee that we've worked together and coming up with policies. We're requiring all of our student athletes to wear masks whenever there's contact or if they're within that 6 feet. We're trying to keep our athletes safe by, creating bubbles and creating a bubble of athletes so that they are staying that circle of friends and so that the pandemic and the virus doesn't continue on campus. And we're cleaning, we have cleaning supplies. The coaches have been great about, cleaning down equipment, cleaning everything in the weight room, on the fields, and just making sure that we're doing the right things at the right time.
Yeah, a lot of cleaning going on, that's for sure. So, before we wrap up the show here, I gotta know, what's your favorite sport to watch or athletic train for? You could have 2 different answers here for each sport, but Molly, there is a right answer. Right here on my shirt, right here.
You're gonna get me in trouble, Trey. To watch, definitely my favorite sport to watch is football.
Okay.
But, every sport, I tell people this, I love, I've worked with pretty much every sport here on campus over my 20 years, and every sport has their own personality. So I'm going to play politically correct. None of my favorites, and they each have my heart in a different way. People ask me all the time, how many kids I have, and I say I have 200 and plus kids because, I treat my athletes like that, and you guys all have my heart, that. So I would say every student athlete here is my favorite.
Great answer. Great answer. Well, hey, thank you for joining me on the show today and keeping us safe and in shape, Molly. It was a pleasure to have you on. That does it for this week's edition of NKU Sports Break. I'm Trey Bowden.